In this video, we'll be taking a look at one NBA game happening on December 16th, 2025, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game, so 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one NBA game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. San Antonio Spurs versus New York Knicks. The San Antonio Spurs and New York Knicks meet in Las Vegas on Tuesday evening for the NBA Cup Final, and it feels like a showcase game more than a mid-season checkpoint. San Antonio got here by taking out the Thunder and Lakers, and their next regular season stop is the Wizards. The Spurs have piled up 17 wins in their last 25 outings, which is a long way from the rocky start they had. New York punched its ticket by beating the Magic and Raptors, with the Pacers waiting next on the schedule. The Knicks have stacked 16 wins in their last 20, so both teams show up feeling like they belong under the spotlight. That little note about the Thunder being out is important. Oklahoma City just picked up only its second loss of the season on Saturday, falling to the Spurs 111-109 in the semifinals. That game felt like a coming-out party for Victor Wembanyama and the rest of the group. San Antonio had to navigate a 12-game stretch without him, and strange as it sounds, that might end up helping them. They were forced to grow up fast while their former #1 overall pick sat, and they handled it. The Spurs went on a 9-3 run without Wembanyama before he stepped back on the floor against Oklahoma City, and now that they are whole again, they look like one of the scarier teams in the league, as the Thunder just learned the hard way. Here's the thing, the Spurs come into this final with a full rotation available, while the Knicks are still down Landry Shamet and Miles McBride. San Antonio already proved it could keep stringing together wins without Wembanyama, so this group is not built on one guy saving them. Now they add the confidence of knocking out the perceived favorite, and that matters. On the other side, the Knicks are also scorching hot. They have their main core intact, and they are being treated by the market as the more stable group on a neutral floor in Vegas. Honestly, it is hard to argue that they do not deserve to be favored when you look at how complete their roster is. New York's recent losses tell a small story, though. Their last 4 defeats have all come against teams currently sitting in automatic Eastern Conference playoff positions, so when the talent gap closes, they can wobble a bit. Now they run into a Spurs team that you can reasonably call one of the top squads in the Western Conference. There is also a quiet pressure on the Knicks. With Oklahoma City out, they suddenly wear the Cup favorite tag, and that can tighten shoulders in a one-game setting. San Antonio, by contrast, has had 2 full days to come down from the emotional high against the Thunder, reset, and lean back into the underdog role that suits them. From a spread perspective, the Knicks will draw support because they are viewed as the more complete team and sit at roughly a 17-8 type mark against the number this season. The Spurs are still figuring out the exact rhythm with Wembanyama back, and you are not getting full heavy minutes from him yet, more like short bursts around the 20-minute range. Even so, there is a strong case to take the points with San Antonio. This is a young team that keeps punching above its weight in this tournament, finding different ways to stay in games and steal them late. It almost feels like they are treating the NBA Cup as a proving ground, a chance to show the rest of the league that the rebuild is ahead of schedule. On top of that, the prize money matters a bit more in a locker room filled with players on smaller contracts. That is human nature. Stephen Castle has been excellent over his recent stretch, and the energy level spikes in those windows when Wembanyama is on the floor. San Antonio has also pulled off outright victories in 8 of its last 12 games when priced as an underdog, which is not nothing. If this group can knock out Oklahoma City in this environment, it has more than enough bite to keep things tight against New York. So in a spread-only conversation, I lean toward the Spurs hanging inside the number and making this a nail-biter rather than a coronation for the Knicks. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Antonio Spurs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Spurs are averaging 119.7 points on 48.3% shooting while giving up 115.2 points on 47% shooting. They are knocking down 36.6% of their threes and hitting 79.5% at the free throw line. On the other end, they allow opponents to shoot 37.6% from deep, and they pull in 45.1 rebounds per game, which helps create extra possessions and second chance looks. The Knicks are not far behind, and in some ways they are ahead. New York is putting up 121 points per game on 48.1% from the field while allowing 112.2 on 46% shooting. From long range, the Knicks shoot 37.8% and hit 79.5% at the stripe. Defensively, they hold opponents to 36.2% from three and collect 45.9 rebounds per night. When you look at it from a distance, both offenses are humming at roughly 120 points per game, and both defenses are good but not suffocating. Let me explain why that combination leans toward a scoreboard that stays busy. San Antonio's offense benefits from Wembanyama's gravity, even in limited minutes. When he is out there, defenses collapse, shooters like Castle and Devin Vassell get cleaner looks, and the floor opens up for straight-line drives. When he sits, the Spurs play faster and more guard-driven, which often means more possessions, not fewer. That blend of half-court mismatch hunting and up-tempo guard play tends to inflate totals, especially on a neutral court where role players often shoot more freely than they might in a hostile arena. New York brings its own firepower. With their efficiency from three and strong free throw rate, the Knicks are well-equipped to score in multiple ways if the game bogs down. Even with Shaman and McBride sidelined, they still have enough ball handling and shot creation to keep the offense flowing. If the Knicks get into the lane, they can either finish or kick to shooters who have been living comfortably in the high 30% range from deep. Add in the fact that both sides rebound well, which limits empty trips but also fuels transition after defensive boards, and you get a profile that leans toward a game where both teams can realistically land in the 100 teens. So, putting all of that together strictly from a point standpoint, the combination of efficient offenses, respectable but not lockdown defenses, and a neutral venue that should favor shooters pushes me toward expecting a total that trends higher rather than lower, with a strong chance the final number clears the current projected line. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.